Dear stranger, you probably don't even remember me, but I remember you. It was 2:03 a.m. on a Thursday. Cold, quiet, and not the kind of night where anyone expects kindness. I was standing on the side of that poorly lit road, soaked, phone dead, and dignity hanging by a thread. And then your car slowed down. Let me be honest. When you rolled down your window, I hesitated. I thought about all the things we're taught. Don't trust strangers. Don't get in cars with unknown men. Don't let your guard down. But your voice was calm, not pushy, not sweet, just calm. You said, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need help?" And for the first time that night, I felt seen. I hadn't planned for any of it to go wrong. The evening had started normal. Dinner with friends. A drink too many. A battery that died faster than expected. I thought I could walk it. But I got turned around. And before I knew it, I was alone in a part of town I didn't know. And no idea how far I was from safety. When I got in your car, I kept one hand on the door handle, just in case. You noticed. You said, "You can keep it open if that makes you feel better." That sentence alone told me more about you than anything else could have. You weren't trying to save me. You were just trying to make sure I made it home. The ride itself was quiet. You didn't ask for my story. You didn't offer yours. You kept your eyes on the road. Both hands on the wheel. Like you were carrying something delicate. Like maybe trust itself. I watched the yellow streetlights reflect off your windshield and realized how rare this kind of kindness was. Not the loud kind. Not the performative kind. But the kind that comes from someone who doesn't need anything back. I asked you your name. You smiled and said, "Just someone who's been there too." And I believed you. Because your car smelled faintly of old coffee and rain. because your dashboard was cracked, because your silence was soft, not awkward, because something in your energy told me you understood what it was to be lost and to be helped. You dropped me at my gate. You waited until I found my keys. You didn't drive off until I was inside. No request for a number. No, hit me up sometime. Just a nod. And headlights fading into the dark. And yet, in a world where everyone's busy, suspicious, and watching their own backs, you slowed down. You opened your door. You gave me a ride. And a little bit of faith back. I don't know if you're someone's father. I don't know if you've made mistakes. I don't know what your job is. Or if you were driving home from a night shift. Or out clearing your mind from your own storm. What I do know is, that night, you were exactly what I needed. I've thought about you more times than I expected. Not in a fairy tale way. Not as a fantasy. But as a reminder that goodness, real, quiet, unadvertised goodness still exists. And that sometimes help doesn't arrive with music swelling or dramatic rescue. Sometimes it's just a car pulling over at 2 a.m. Since then, I've tried to be that for someone else. Not necessarily with a car, but with small kindness. With "Are you okay?" and "Take your time." With noticing the person walking a little slower. With staying until someone's safely inside. You changed me. Not with a lecture. Not with advice. But with a moment of stillness in a very noisy world. You were just passing through. But you helped me arrive. So this letter will never reach you. But I needed to write it anyway. Because gratitude doesn't always need an address. Sometimes it just needs a page. Thank you, stranger, for showing up, for being calm, for slowing down. I hope wherever you are tonight, you're warm, you're safe, you're loved. And I hope that one night, if you ever need a ride at 2 a.m., someone just like you slows down and says, "Hey, are you okay?"